That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another edition of Crash the Canvas. I'm David Mitchell, aka Dirty Mitch, and I'm your host and creator extraordinaire of this fine show. And this is your post 2023 Elimination Chamber recap and what could be going into the next 6 weeks leading up to WrestleMania. As you can tell by the music, by the clothes that I'm wearing, and by the belt. Still, Roman Reigns. We'll get into that and a little bit and a lot much more, and that and a lot more regarding the pay-per-view. So sit back, strap in, and let's get crazy, shall we? Wow, what a night it was, guys. I mean, what a night it was last night in Montreal, right? We'll get into the chamber results right here shortly. First, though, want to tell you how you can find me and reach me on the socials. You can follow me on Twitter at ShowMeStateGoon. That's at ShowMeStateGoon. You can find me on Instagram as well at ShowMeStateGoon, as well as Facebook, David Mitchell Jr. Excuse me. You can also email the show, email your questions, suggestions. Hell, throw your phone number or your email in there. We can set up a Zoom interview. You could be a guest on the show, right, in the future. Waiting for that one guest, Dave LaGreca. Dave, I have my power rankings, right? You bring yours, one particular, the greatest factions of all time, because we can sit and argue that all day long. But you can email the show, dirtymitch417 at yahoo.com. That's dirtymitch417 at yahoo.com. Like I said, suggestions, likes, dislikes, comments, anything you'd like. Just message the show if you want. Also, check out my good friends, The Nation's Corner show live every Saturday on YouTube. That is search Nation's Corner on YouTube, and you can find them on Twitter as well at Nation's Corner. Man, they got the guys and gals that put on an awesome show. I watch and comment and follow. They like, share, and subscribe this show as well, man. That's what we do as wrestling fans. And man, are we going to converge up, have an awesome time WrestleMania in LA at the Busted Open Party at Whiskey A Go-Go, and we'll get into that a little bit later. But yeah, so like, share, subscribe the Nation's Corner as well. So let's get into the chamber results, shall we? You know, it's all about match placement sometimes. Certain pay-per-views, the placement of the matches can have implications on the crowd and the reaction that you're trying to get from said said pay-per-view or whatever. But get rid of something here for those of you on the viewing pleasure there. Had a little technical difficulty there. Let's see. So anyway, match placement, it kicked off real good. It kicked off with the women's chamber match, which included, you had Carmella, Asuka, Nikki Cross, who else? Raquel Rodriguez, Natalia, and Liv Morgan. Awesome match. I kind of seen the writing on the wall a little bit, that maybe it was Asuka's time to get another run, whether it be beating Bianca at WrestleMania and becoming Raw Women's Champion, or just a run with Bianca, because it's almost like she's kind of reinvented herself, a la paying homage to the Great Muta, right? And, you know, who recently retired. But Asuka winning the women's chamber match, a lot of awesome action throughout the match. Go check it out on Peacock, the replay. Then you had, where are we at? Oh, then you had Brock and Bobby, which was kind of, it was one of those, I'm kind of scratching my head on. Kind of intrigued, right? Intrigued. Um, but Bobby Lashley brought it to Brock Lesnar, right? And Brock ended up getting himself disqualified with a low blow because he couldn't get out of the Hurt Locker. Now, here's where I was kind of shocked, intrigued, so to speak, or whatever you will, is because on SmackDown on Friday, right, they Bray Wyatt alluded, Brock, Bobby, whoever wins, run, right? So I fully expected right there at the end for Bray Wyatt to appear. If for nothing else, the lights go out, in the theatrics. Didn't happen. Are they going to scratch that? Or are they going to build that a little more? You got 6 weeks, guys, right? I was telling my son when we were talking about that, who would you rather have, Brock and Bray or Bobby and Bray? And I said, I would much rather have Bray and Brock. And it's not for size and girth, but for production, storytelling, theatrics. You got the evil Bray, mysterious, whatever you want to call him, Bray Wyatt. And then you got, the savage hunter, if you will, Brock Lesnar. And then the theatrics and the production that they could put on, vignettes and things would far outweigh what they do in the ring, right? But so we'll see going forward tomorrow night, Monday night on Raw, see what goes on, if they even allude to that or if they save it for Friday night on SmackDown, right? Because Bobby's on Raw, Brock's kind of exclusively a little bit to SmackDown, but it'll be interesting to see going forward. Then you had Edge and Beth Phoenix and Judgment Day versus Judgment Day, with Edge and Beth Phoenix becoming victorious, which was kind of a little odd because Rhea Ripley, going against Charlotte Flair at WrestleMania, would have thought they would have put her over more, but I think this was the close of that feud, right? I think at WrestleMania, you still might see a Edge Finn Balor one-on-one final coup de grace, so to speak. No pun intended, Finn. But as far as Dom, ex-con Dom, right? Dom Mysterio, I still think you're going to get Dom and Ray. It'll be interesting. The groundwork for that story's already been laid. But now that, Dom's been on SmackDown or on Raw and Ray on SmackDown, having his own problems with Karrion Kross, it'll be interesting that if they do go with Dom and Ray at WrestleMania, how they bring that back together, right? Simple interaction, if you ask me, right? Where Dom, in the next 6 weeks, escorts, appears with Rhea on SmackDown as she confronts Charlotte Flair. Well, now he's in the same building, same area as Ray, right? Follow me. And they have that interaction, and then finally it's, culminated to a match at WrestleMania. The groundwork, like I said, everybody knows has already been laid, right? So you don't have to start the story over, start a fresh story. All you're doing is reigniting it, right? You've had a gap, so to speak, by them being on two different brands. Then you had the men's chamber match for the United States title. And, I love where they're putting emphasis on the smaller titles, right? The Intercontinental title and the United States title. And Austin Theory walks out of the chamber with still your United States champion, which I called that. So are they still going to push towards a Austin Theory John Cena WrestleMania match? That remains to be seen. We might get some more indication, clarity Monday night on Raw. One thing we did walk out of that, actually two things in my opinion. Two things. All things are pointing to we're going to have Seth Rollins versus Logan Paul at WrestleMania. Right? Based on what happened last night and based off what happened at the Royal Rumble, right? So that's going to be pretty cool. interesting. Now on to the main event, right? Roman and Sami. Classic. Not a classic wrestling match, right? But a classic story, right? We all know the bloodline story. We all know what's happened since WrestleMania. But, it's almost picture perfect-esque that if you're going to end the Sami Roman part of the story, right? It culminates in Montreal. Go back. I got a little audio, right? Not of the opening, but go back. They started the match 5 minutes and almost like a face-off, not even touching, and the crowd was still popping, right? Popped so loud and so much, right, that Roman came out first so they could carry that pop. That was smart. Whoever called the placement for that, right? Whoever called the placement for Roman to come out first and Sami second, magnificent, right? Because if Roman came out second as normal, champion coming out second, Sami's going to get the major pop because they're in Montreal, right? But that pop's going to die the second Roman comes out, right? So Roman comes out first. They get the boos and they get all the customary fuck you Romans, which I got some audio of, right, that I'll play in just a moment. But they got the customary fuck you Romans. And then, it waited. Then Sami's music hit. They went back to the original Sami Zayn music, and the crowd popped. The crowd popped like it did on Friday night, right? They carried that pop over after the introductions into, it reminded me of Rock Hogan at Mania in Toronto, right? Just like that, as far as how it started. But they went almost 5 minutes. Like I said, almost 5 minutes before, I watched part of the press conference, the post-show press conference, and Sami said he was told by someone at the Bell Center there in Montreal that was the longest ovation ever in that building, right? Not sure if that's where the Canadians play, but don't follow hockey that much, so I couldn't tell you when the last time they've been relevant. But, yeah, I'm picking up that noise. You hear it? Sorry about that. Got some technical and audio difficulties here, right? But, anyway, so they held that pop and then the match, right? Real quickly, let me give you some of what they were, see if I can get this to play, some of what they were doing to Roman at the pay-per-view, right? Let's see, let's get this here. I'm going to play this right quick. That was crazy, right? But one thing, in the end, you had Jimmy Uso come out, interfere. Didn't work. 2 referees down. Jey Uso comes out. So here's where I thought the swerve was coming. The quote-unquote proverbial Montreal screw job of 2023, right? Jey Uso comes out. Roman gives him the chair. And Jey wouldn't do it. So Roman takes the chair back. And Roman did it himself. More to go on that story, right? So, still though, at the end of the night, still your Universal WWE Heavyweight Champion, the tribal chief, Roman Reigns. So, also, with that, one thing I'm glad the WWE did and they got right last night. No Cody Rhodes. Loved it. Not that I'm not, no. Don't take that the wrong way. Love Cody. Love Cody. But as far as this story, no Cody Rhodes. Loved it. Why? Because if you are, which they did, have Roman walk out of Elimination Chamber to champion, if you, by virtue, bring Cody out in some way, shape, or fashion during that match, and Sami doesn't walk out of Montreal the champ, they're going to boo Cody by default. I said that on Saturday on Busted Open when I called in with Ryan McKinnell and Tommy Dreamer, and they agreed. And look, somebody listened. Somebody telepathically heard my thoughts. Thank you, Triple H. I'll expect that check in the mail. That'd be funny. But they kept Cody away, right? So now Cody goes into that as the face, right? Still the face, but not the booable face because their guy. Well, like I said, it's still going to be interesting how they tell this story going into Mania in 6 weeks. But so for now, 3 matches for a fact are confirmed. Rhea Ripley and Charlotte Flair, Bianca Belair and Asuka, and definitely Roman Cody. Be interesting to see if we get Roman Cody and Sami, right? A la Rey Mysterio, Randy Orton, and Kurt Angle, or Shawn Michaels, Triple H, Chris Benoit. But you got 6 weeks to fill the rest of the card. I feel that if it is Roman Cody solo, then somehow, some way, because you laid the seed last night at the end with Kevin Owens coming out, Sami and Kevin versus the Usos, right? But also, like I said, not only this show here on YouTube, right? This is a tape show, right? Post-produced. Also, check out a live show of Nation's Corner. You can follow them on Twitter at Nation's Corner. They do a live show every Saturday, 6 p.m. Eastern, I believe. So that'd be 5 Central, 5 Central, 4 Mountain, and 3 out in Cali. And 2 in Alaska if you're in Alaska watching this. Which, if you're in Alaska watching this and you're not related to me, right? Drop a like, share, subscribe, and a comment so I can give you a big shout out next time. But also, speaking of the Nation's Corner, we will also be all converging on WrestleMania, a bunch of us, in LA, April 1st and 2nd. But not only WrestleMania, all the other events going on. You've got Ring of Honor shows. You've got other indie shows. You've got the Undertaker stand-up deal. And you've also got the hottest ticket, in my opinion, will be Saturday morning at Whiskey A Go-Go with the Busted Open Party with Dave LaGreca, Bully Ray, Mark Henry, Tommy Dreamer, Thunder Rosa, Mickey James, Ryan McKinnell, Justin LaBar. You got the behind the scenes, the people that make the magic happen, the ones that are really the magic on the show. You got Gabby, Andre, Paul. You got Big Boss Man Eddie Bersili, who put this whole thing together. But here's the thing, guys. If you're going there, you better plan accordingly. There's only a 500 person capacity at the Whiskey A Go-Go on the Sunset Strip in LA, right? I've already done some checking. The Whiskey A Go-Go on the Sunset Strip is SoFi Stadium, where Mania is at, is about a 35-minute drive from Whiskey A Go-Go to SoFi. So if Google Maps is saying 35 minutes, plan accordingly. It's probably an hour with traffic. But the time of the show and, the time of the party has yet to be announced. Also, go to podswag.com. If you're a member and love Busted Open like I do, go to podswag.com and get your customizable chapter t-shirts, right? Got mine on the way. A little quick story about that is I ordered mine the other night, right? And I picked the size, and then I went enter the text. Well, after that, when you go back out of entering the text, it resets the size. So it went back to small. So by default, my wife gets hers before I get mine, right? So we will be in LA at the Busted Open Party at Whiskey A Go Go, and we will be at Mania Night 1 and Night 2. Can't wait. We are actually going to drive. That's going to be an adventure I'm going to detail in the coming weeks, guys. And we'll definitely have some videos and podcasts and special interactions while I'm out in LA. But that's going to be pretty awesome. Let's see, what else? Like I said, check out Nation's Corner and the Nation's Corner crew on Twitter, at Nation's Corner. Check them out on YouTube. Like, share, and subscribe their podcast the same way you would mine. If you're going to be in LA for Mania, make sure and try to make the Busted Open Party at Whiskey A Go Go on the Sunset Strip in LA. Also, if you like coffee like I do, right? You drink a lot of coffee? Go to richportcoffee.com. That's richportcoffee.com. Click on the drop-down box, right? Click on that hardcore coffee and get that Tommy Dreamer of coffee, the landlord of the House of Hardcore. Can't wait for LA. Tommy got something surprised for you. But get you a couple bags, right? You can get it already ground up, or you can get it in the bean form. I think they got K-Cups of that coming soon. But anyway, it's good coffee. I stand by it. I'm an avid coffee drinker. That's richportcoffee.com. Click on the drop-down box and click on Hardcore Coffee. Also, get you some Dave LaGreca's hot sauce. Visit LaGrecasRage.com. That's LaGrecasRage.com, and get you a couple bottles. You can get you one for the cabinet and one, get you an autographed one for the man cave. But check them out. Check out podswag.com for all your Busted Open gear. Also, while I'm speaking of Busted Open, if you're not listening to Busted Open Monday through Saturday, I don't know what you're doing, right? Or even catching a replay. So get your Sirius XM. I've got it on my laptop here. I've got it on my phone. I've got it on my TV. I have it in the car, right? Busted Open on channel one, Sirius XM satellite channel 156, Monday through Saturday, 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. Central Standard Time, 9 to noon East Coast, 6 to 9 out in Cali. Hear the likes of the great Prince of ISPW, Dave LaGreca, with Hall of Famers Bully Ray, Mark Henry, Mickey James, Tommy Dreamer, Ryan McKinnell, Thunder Rosa. You know, like I said, check them out Monday through Saturday on SiriusXM satellite channel 156, right? Like I said, it's been real, it's been fun, and it's been real fun, right? Be kind to one another. Like, share, subscribe, everything, right? Check this show out. Like I said, you can follow me on Twitter at ShowMeStateGoon. You can find me on Instagram at ShowMeStateGoon. You can email the show dirtymitch417 at yahoo.com. Like I said, check out the Nation's Corner. Check out Busted Open. Love pro wrestling. It doesn't matter if you're AEW, WWE, NWA, Impact, ISPW, SICW, whatever, EW, WWE. Love pro wrestling. Mission Pro Wrestling down in Texas. Big shout out to them. Just support your... One thing before I go. If you can drop $200 or $300 on a WWE or AEW show, do the same thing at those aforementioned indie companies, because that $200 or $300 might not mean much to AEW and WWE, but it'll mean the world to those guys. Until next time, this has been Dirty Mitch saying, if you're going to crash the canvas. I'm out. Reach for the sky, boy.